According to the Rov of the Rebbe, to learn Hilchos Beis Abchira in the days Ben Mitzorim, we have the honor today to have a Choshev in German, the Menal from the Yeshiva Gdeile, Harav Achosid, Harav Shmuel. Cramer is going to give us some insight into Halakhos of Beis Abchira. The Rov of the Rebbe is also everybody should give tzedakah v'tzibur. There's pushkos on the table. Please give it together. Harav Cramer, bevakasha.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rav Shmuel, for introduction, and thank you for organizing all the shiurim in Hilchos Beis Abchira. Baruch Hashem, you're going Mechael al Choil. A mold used to be that you had the regime of all the redners. You had it after the 3 weeks. Now already you have it before the 3 weeks. It became a Masudr. Very good. Yashukoyach. You should go Mechael al Choil. So, behemshich to the previous speakers, was met gered weg bei der Beis HaMikdash, no, der Eibische wird helfen, and there'll be already a Beis HaMikdash. So we have here a halacha in Perek Ches, in Hilchos Beis Abchira, halacha Aleph, and it's talking about the Shmiras HaMikdash. And the Rambam says, Shmiras HaMikdash mitzvah saseh. It's a mitzvah saseh to have guards by the Mikdash. Even though there's no fear that you don't need guards in case the enemy is going to come and try to take it over or list him, people come try to steal things, they don't have to worry about that. It's a kovid, it's an honor for the Beis HaMikdash to have shemrim. You cannot compare a castle that has guards. The paltrin shein olav shemrin. That's halacha aleph. Then halacha beis it says ushmira zu, this shmira mitzvah kol halaylo, every night, the whole night you have to have shemrim, and the shemrim were the kainim levim, and he brings it right from a few psukim, and then in halacha gimel it says vim botlu shmira over b'leisase. If they weren't shemrim, then you're over on the leis eseh. So you have an eseh to be shemrim, and if not, you're over on an eseh and a leis eseh. So I want to discuss a few questions. There's more, but we'll just talk about a few of them. I just want to add that in the Sefer HaMitzvahs, in the Rambam, in the Sefer HaYad, the Rambam doesn't bring it down, but in the Sefer HaMitzvahs, he also writes that part of the Shmira is loleches vivoi, to walk around. The Shemrim shouldn't just stand in one place, like a sentry, I think it's called, but they should walk around and make sure everything's okay. So, the number one question is, why dafka at night? If it's a covet for the Beis HaMikdash to have Shemrim, then it should be 24/7, not only at night. Why only at night? Especially since that from the psukim, I didn't quote the psukim, but over there it's mashmid that it has to be always. As the Torah says, there should be shemrim. Doesn't say there should be only shemrim at night. So l'chayre, there should be shemrim 24 hours a day, not only at night. And also, what's the inyan of l'leches svivoy? L'chayre, if you have shemrim standing, that's also a kovid. What do you need people walking around? So we'll understand this to understand first something else. There's a Mishnah in Masechta Tamid, and there's a Mishnah in Masechta Midois, that both Mishnahs have quote the same halacha, that begimul mekoimis hakoinim shemrim bebeis hamikdash. In 3 places the koinim used to guard the Beis HaMikdash, and it's mefaret where the 3 places were. This Mishnah is in Masechta Tamid, and this Mishnah is in Masechta Midos. And the question is, what do you need the same Mishnah in Masechta Tamid and right again in Masechta Midos, especially since in the Seder Hashas, so Midos comes right after Tamid. So you just said it in Masechta Tamid. What do you need the next Masechta right away again? The Zalba Mishnah that in 3 places the Kohanim are meant to guard in the Beis HaMikdash. So the answer is that in Shmiras HaMikdash you can explain it. The reasoning, you can explain it in 2 ways. Number one is that it's a prat in the Beis HaMikdash. You have a Beis HaMikdash, and the Beis HaMikdash has walls, and the Beis HaMikdash has different rooms, and has a heichel, mit a ulam, it has a snoshim, has a srol. Another prat in the Beis HaMikdash is that it also has to have shomrim. It's part of the Beis HaMikdash. So just like the Beis HaMikdash has the whole binyan, it also has something else. What does it have? It has guards, but it's part of the Beis HaMikdash. That's one way of looking at it. Another way to explain it is that it's part of the avoid of the Beis HaMikdash. In the Beis HaMikdash there were different avoids. You brought karbonis, you lit the menorah, you had the lechem aponim, you had the ketores. There were all kinds of things happening, different avoids in the avoidus hakodesh in the Beis HaMikdash. So another avoid that there was also shmiras HaMikdash. That was part of the avoid. Another avoid in the Beis HaMikdash was to guard the Beis HaMikdash. So, in other words, in the lashon of in Gemara lashon, it's a inyan from a gavra to chefze. Is it a mitzvah on the chefze of the Beis HaMikdash that it has to have guards, or is it a mitzvah on the gavra on the kohanim that they have to watch the Beis HaMikdash? And that's why you could say you have the Mishnah twice, because the truth is that both things are true. It's both inyanim are in the Beis HaMikdash. There's both inyanim. If it's a covet for the Beis HaMikdash, that's one reason for the shmirah. Or it's a inyan that you have to have guards. For example, that a zor or somebody who's tamei, you shouldn't go in. Like the Yidden were afraid to go. They said, what's going to be? People are going to go into the Beis HaMikdash and they're going to chas v'shalom, it'll be hepech hachaim. So for that that's why David said we'll have guards, and he'll make sure that somebody who's not supposed to go in won't go in. So then it's nothing to do with the Beis HaMikdash. That has to do with a gavra, with the people. So that's why we could say you have the Mishnah two times. One time in Masechta Midos, one time in Masechta Tamid. Masechta Midos is talking about the Beis HaMikdash, the measurements of the Beis HaMikdash. It's part of the building of the Beis HaMikdash, and the Shmirah was part of the building. So that's why you have the Mishnah in Masechta Midos. And then you have again the Mishnah, or you have it before, you had the Mishnah in Masechta Tamid, because it's also part of the Avodas HaMikdash, Avodas Beis HaMikdash, that you have to have shomrim to make sure that people who are not supposed to be there shouldn't be there, and they should be shomrim. It was part of the Avodah of the Beis HaMikdash, so that's why it's in Masechta Tamid. So the Rambam, you could say, in the Rambam in Sefer Hayad, is leaning towards that it's an inyan of chefze, and that's why the inyan of Shmiras HaMikdash is in Hilchos Beis HaBchira. He didn't put it in Avodas HaMikdash. There's a lot of halachas concerning the Avodas Beis HaMikdash. He didn't put it over there. Where did he put the inyan of Shmiras HaMikdash in Hilchos Beis HaBchira, where it talks about the building of the Beis HaMikdash? So the Rambam is noite to the fact that it's part of the building of the Beis HaMikdash. And the Rebbe is mechadish over here, and he says, what's this inyan of the Shmirah? What's the inyan of the Shmirah? So the Rebbe is mechadish over here, takes it one more step, and he says the inyan of the Shmirah Beis HaMikdash is that it's like a holy, it's a holy item. The Beis HaMikdash is a holy place. And just like you have, let's say, by tefillin and by the tzitz, you shouldn't have any heschadas. You have to constantly be thinking about tefillin while you're wearing the tefillin. And the same thing, the Kohen Gadol, while he was wearing the tzitz, you have to have kavanah. You have to have kavanah that he's wearing tzitz. Why? Because it's a dover shebekdusha, and a dover shebekdusha you have to have das. Your mind has to be on it. So therefore, with this, we can answer the question. So the same thing over here in the Beis HaMikdash. The inyan of the Shmirah is that there should not be hesach hadas on the holy place of the Beis HaMikdash. So with this, we can understand some of the questions that we asked. Number one, why is it only at night? Because during the day there was a avodah going on, so there was no problem with that there shouldn't be hesach hadas. There was always people thinking about the Beis HaMikdash, the kohanim, bavei dosom and levim, bishiram, uvizimram, and everybody, whoever had to do whatever they had to do, they were constantly a whole day. They were involved in the avodas Beis HaMikdash, so they were thinking about the Beis HaMikdash. So there was always this shmirah, there was always this das on the Beis HaMikdash. But at night there was no avodah that night, and everything was closed up. So what's going to be? Nobody's going to think about the Beis HaMikdash. So for that you have Shomrim, that they had to think about the Beis HaMikdash, they had to guard the Beis HaMikdash and think about the Beis HaMikdash. And that's the Inyan also what the Rambam says in the Sefer HaMitzvahs, V'leilach Svivoi, that's even more Inyan that there shouldn't be Hesach Hadas, because sometimes it could be standing in one place, your mind could wander into something else and there won't be complete thinking about the Beis HaMikdash. But when you're walking around to make sure that everything's okay and everybody and the Shomrim are watching and everything, so then for sure it's an extra strength in the Shmiras HaMikdash and in the Das that you have on the Beis HaMikdash. And the Rebbe is Mechadish even more so, that this Inyan that we have to think about the Beis HaMikdash. So in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, that was for Kohanim and for the Levim, that they had to watch in certain places. But today, this avodah of thinking about the Beis HaMikdash could be done. First of all, it could be done by day and by night, because there's no avoid in the Beis HaMikdash, because we don't have the physical Beis HaMikdash. So we could think about it by day and by night, and it could be done by everybody, by Kohanim, Yisraelim, and Levim. That's the Inyan. We know that everything in the Torah is nitzchias. It's not only negayet. There's a hira for everybody in every single time. So the hira of this mitzvah is that we, Kohanim, Levim, Yisraelim, everybody has to think constantly about the Beis HaMikdash. I guess that's also the Inyan, what we say in davening, and we're asking David Shtevad Mosai that we want Mashiach now. Mashiach is going to come and build the Beis HaMikdash. So all these things that we do, this is to keep us awake and aware and demanding that we want the Beis HaMikdash, and we're thinking about the Beis HaMikdash, and we're banking up the Beis HaMikdash, and we want to have the Beis HaMikdash. And when David will see that we talk like the Rebbe said, what we really wanted with an emes, he'll send down the Beis HaMikdash. How it will be built, if it will be built through Mashiach, like the Rambam says, Mashiach will come and build the Beis HaMikdash, or it will come down Milmailo, Hafartike Beis HaMikdash, or like the Rebbe wants to say, you could say that both things are going to happen, like part of it, some things we're going to do, some things is going to come down ready-made, or it's going to come down Milmailo and be in the Slabish in the Beis HaMikdash Shalamato. However it's going to be, but it will be Be'ezus Hashem tonight. Shkoyach.